This is part two of the argument that almost broke my marriage but ended up saving it. And there I was, so furious. I was so upset that day. And he was also there confused and he didn't understand why I was so upset. I was confused because I couldn't understand how buying a whole Range Rover without telling your wife was okay. And I remember telling him, if you don't take this car back tonight, our marriage is over. Obviously, our marriage didn't end. We're still here to God's glory. But I was so seriously upset in that moment. I was hurt. I was frustrated. That night, he took that car out of our home. I don't know where that car went. Till today, I never asked. But I just know that that car did not sleep in our home until we resolved the situation. That evening, we both had the opportunity to just sit down. It was a little calm. It was more of me speaking that night and him more listening. I just really expressed my frustration and why I was upset. He didn't try to justify it anymore. I think at that point, he was really trying to just listen and understand my perspective. Then the next day we talked even more, and by this time I was way calmer to actually listen to him and his perspective, which was, he said he could afford it. It's not affecting our bill or his ability to continue to provide for the family. It's not putting us in debt. What was the problem? And I acknowledged it to him that yes, you can afford it, but that's not the issue. The issue is that we're married now. And what if I had thoughts and input? What if there was something I wanted us to consider? To me, marriage is not about doing whatever you want, whenever you want. Like, we're accountable to each other, and we chose each other to do this life with. So we should be making big decisions, especially together. And looking back, I think our birth order played a major role in this situation. See, my husband is the youngest of 7 children. I'm the oldest of 4. And as a baby of the family, he was used to having a little bit more freedom and flexibility to make decisions for himself without having to think about others. Whereas for me, being the oldest, I was used to responsibility, communication, and making sure that I factored in everyone's opinion and making sure that we were all on the same page before I made a final decision. Now, neither of these approaches were wrong. They were just different. At this point, we are really trying our best to understand each other, and we realized that neither of us were completely wrong. We were simply operating from a different perspective and assumption of what financial partnership and expectation in marriage look like. Before this time, we had not really talked through what we wanted our finances to look like. This was the moment that changed everything. We sat down and created a framework that served us and has been serving us since then. We're almost 14 years into it now, and this framework has been working for us. So I've broken this framework out in 5 points, and I'm going to be sharing the 5 points with you in the concluding video. So now, after hearing his perspective and mine, what do you think? Who was wrong? Who was right? What would you have done differently? So comment below and let us know. Stay tuned for part 3 and the concluding piece of this story.